Hi, Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast. With football season kicking off, time for you to tackle your high cholesterol. I guess people eat a lot during the football season, and we're going to discuss
Yes.
what happens when you eat a lot or you eat the wrong foods, and in essence, how to stay healthier. September is the National Cholesterol Education Month, and we have a formidable doctor here, Dr. Boone, President, CEO, and Medical Director of the Boone Heart Institute, well-known institute for heart and keeping people alive longer by making sure that their cholesterol is not bad cholesterol and is good cholesterol.
Yes.
And welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Aha. You get your cholesterol checked often yourself?
Yes, I started very early on. Usually it's an interesting problem because it doesn't hurt as it's elevated. Unlike many medical conditions, we feel it, but cholesterol you can't feel. I almost wish every time I had a pepperoni pizza, my arteries would hurt to warn me of what's happening, but that doesn't happen. So I kind of divide life into four quarters. In the first quarter of your life, you're learning all the lifestyle things, eat healthy, exercise, get your physical activity program. And then by the second quarter, you need to start looking at your family history, your genetics, and actually checking to see what your cholesterol is. And that's an important way to assess this silent killer. The bad LDL cholesterol is the most important one. There's another one called HDL that's the good cholesterol, and it's usually elevated by healthy lifestyle choices. But the bad cholesterol often is the killer and needs to be addressed early, especially if you have known cardiovascular disease.
And some people take, and I've been taking a statin for a long time, but I thought a statin is for triglycerides. Is that correct? And how does that affect
You're
them?
right. Statins help lower cholesterol, but they also help lower triglycerides, and they sort of improve the entire cholesterol profile. And it sounds like you're well aware of those different subfractions. So triglycerides is another part of the cholesterol profile, not quite as dangerous or important as the LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, but still very important. So statins are often the foundation of treatment, and it works well then partnering with your doctor to treat this silent killer early, especially if you have known disease which has caused heart attack, stroke, or blockages that cause chest pain. There are other strategies that your doctor now has that can help support the statin, because out of 30 million people with heart disease, only about 20% have ideal cholesterol goals met by just statin and lifestyle alone. So other strategies are now at the fingertips of your healthcare provider to help out in this regard.
Okay. Well, in what regard? I know Novartis is one of the greatest companies in research and with medicine. What
Yeah.
are some of the good things that we have discovered? I'll call it.
Yeah, we're partnering with Novartis in this educational effort, and they are the makers of a medication called Leqvio. That is a medication, the generic name inclisiran, that can be given in addition to optimal therapy controlled by your statin. It's an injectable therapy you take once every 6 months after 2 initial doses. It's administered by a healthcare provider at your doctor's office visit once every 6 months. So all medicines are different. You need to speak with your doctor about potential side effects. But I've found in my 50 years of trying to battle high cholesterol in my patients and in myself, I now have amazing opportunities, a toolkit to improve cholesterol management, especially in those with known heart disease. In many ways, as football season is starting, again, the idea of the third and fourth quarters of life are often managed by our incredible medical system that's treating heart attacks, strokes, and almost like a fourth quarter Hail Mary. But controlling your LDL cholesterol in people with known heart disease can prevent the need for that Hail Mary and give you a life of controlled known heart disease by controlling LDL. And then, as you say, in your case, triglycerides, my case as well, triglycerides are another important fat that's improved by these medication strategies.
Now you look from here in good shape. So is good shape a indicator or not an indicator? So those that are going to the health club 3 times a week and running and all those kinds of things, does not necessarily mean that they have good cholesterol scenarios?
Yes, very wise statement. I used to run marathons, and play basketball all the time, and my cholesterol was still terrible, but I looked the part. Now, I still try to stay fit, but my problem is genetic and aging. Those two things overcome lifestyle. So I often worry about the very fit guy at the health club because he thinks he's fine, but he might not be. And on the other hand, oftentimes people that know they're in trouble, the diabetic, overweight, out-of-shape smoker, he knows he's in trouble and most likely will seek maybe more medical attention, whereas the fit guy might miss out on that. So I think no matter your level of fitness, you got to check it. And it's a hidden problem. You can't feel it. So you think you're fine, but lifestyle is not enough oftentimes. And certainly even adding a statin up to 20% of the 30 million people with known heart disease still can't get to their LDL goal. And that's where a new medicine like Leqvio could be another weapon for your doctor to work on this process.
I'll tell you one thing, those photographs that I'm watching are pretty, pretty interesting, pretty well done. I mean, I never realized what's going on inside there as much as that. Great job there. How's water? We're very involved with the subject of water, Dr. Boone. How does water play out? Since water is such a big part of our body, more water you drink, is it a way to clean the arteries better? Yes or no? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think water is one of the key issues. In my effort to control my weight, I usually have a large glass of water before I eat or drink anything. Now, the reason for that is oftentimes I can nail down 1,000 calories before I even think about things because I'm just thirsty and hungry after a hard day of work. And if I fill myself with 16 ounces of water, then all of a sudden those food choices get to be more appropriate. So I think water, it's like oil. It's like changing the oil in your body, especially for those of us as we get older. Now, the other issue, though, that's a problem, I've had a few people that almost get carried away with even water intoxication. They drink almost too much water to try to not eat as much food. So a good balance in that, but it's hard to not drink it's hard to not get an adequate supply of water, and also it's not really that concerning to drink too much water in that regard. But you're right, it is an incredible balance to the entire system and is great in that regard.
Dr. Boone, I can see you're a great doctor. There's no doubt about it. You're logical. And thank you for that. Is there a website we can go to?
Yes, to get more information, Novartis has partners with us in developing coachingcholesterol.com that will go more into the appropriate lifestyle approaches and medication strategies that are needed to optimize our cholesterol profile.
All right. Where's your Boone Institute? Where are you located?
Yeah, we're in Denver, Colorado, and it's it's high altitude, so we need to drink a lot of water up there. But it's a wonderful city, and that's where our location is. And right now, I'm in New Mexico because we often will bring our strategies of cholesterol control and coaching cholesterol to other corporations. So we're working with some companies here with their employees here in New Mexico to accomplish this goal to eradicate this silent killer.
So does high altitude help with cholesterol, help with the body, or is there any science on that one? I just wondered.
Yeah, high altitude is interesting. It's wonderful to live at the high altitude. The sun shines all the time, but we're finding the one thing that changes at high altitude, and it doesn't have much effect on cholesterol, but we have found that there's about 5 million people in America that live above a mile high, and most of them are my neighbors. And so the approaches to maybe nighttime oxygen and sleep apnea might need to be adjusted at altitude. But in general, it's a healthy place to live. Now, the top of Pikes Peak might be a little tough, but in general, most of the cities in Denver are appropriate altitudes.
I just looked at Pikes Peak yesterday when some pictures of when we went cross country in the early 70s. We made it to the top.
It is amazing.
14,000 some odd feet, right? Something like that.
Oh, you climbed to the top of it, huh?
I think I climbed in a car.
Yeah, it's the best of the 14ers because you can drive up there. It's still hard to breathe when you get up there, though.
Yeah, it was. My wife got. Ooh. All right, doctor. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Hey, great to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Speak with you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.